All right. First order of business is you might be wondering, based on the video that I posted the other day, which is magically gone. Not really. Where are all the hunting videos? I was expecting to spam your YouTube feed if I released them all at once, and it turns out not to be the case. I'm going to throw up a post I made right now, and if you want to read that, pause the video now. All right, now with that done out of the way, on to the point of this video, and that is a hunting story. I don't normally my hunting stories are in video form, but I didn't have a video for this hunt, and it's because of this hunt that I started filming or making videos of my hunt. All right, so this was fall turkey of 2017, and this was the most awful hunt ever. It sucked. So I'm going to bring up a map now, and the layout of this place, of this particular hunt, I don't know how I found this spot, but I found where a group of toms were roosting, and I do not remember how I found this place, but I did. And as you can tell by the map, I have there's an access road that goes to private property. It's kind of like an easement right of way, and that leads into the national forest in the background. But right next to it, next to the private property, is an Indian reservation. Now, I parked down in the corner of the last, where the road goes through. There's one little section of the road that is on public land. Not counting like the right of way, the easement on the road, but actually in public land. One little corner of that road sits in public land, and that's where I camped. So every morning, every morning and evening, Saturday and Sunday, I'd walk up to where those birds were roosting. And okay, so here's a picture of a zoomed in picture of that area. They're right in this canyon, and there's a active creek that runs through it. And when I found this roost, they had been roosting there for quite a while, because the part below the roost, it looked like a frickin' bird cage. There's just piles of turkey crap all over the place. Feathers. It was unmistakable that this was a traditional, well-used roost, and they're roosting in some cottonwoods. So Saturday and Sunday, morning and evening, I would go there, and I would set up on one side, and they'd fly down on the other. I set up here, they would fly down there, and vice versa. I set up over there, they fly over here. So now during the day, once they fly down, they're moving off back into the Indian reservation. So obviously we can't hunt them there, right? So what that means is, through the entire course of the day, after the morning hunt, I had absolutely nothing to do but sit there and wait for the evening. And I think town was like maybe 5 miles away. Maybe I could have gone to town, but my thing is, when I'm hunting, and once I'm out there, I don't come back until I'm done hunting. It would have to take me running out of gas or me relocating to a change area before I would even consider going into town. So I sat there Saturday and Sunday, bored off my rocker. I didn't have a book to read. I didn't have internet access to look at stuff on my phone. Didn't occur to me to film with my phone at the time. Just bored. Just waiting for the evening. It was just agonizing. So this cat and mouse game goes on all through the weekend. So Monday morning, I left the truck at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I know those turkeys had been busting me every time I had been going in there. So once I got so far from them, I turned off my headlamp. And I tried my best to sneak underneath them, because the one thing I hadn't tried was setting up on the ridge on the left-hand side. And I set up almost in the meadow. I'll mark it down here on the map. And sure enough, though, well, no, let me back up. So I had every intention to cross underneath them. I was sneaking underneath them with my headlamp off, playing hopscotch going across this river, this creek. And one of them busts me at 3:30 in the morning. And this is how I know turkeys will fly in the dark, because that turkey got up and flew and went to another tree. Because their main roost was practically overhanging that creek. So I go over there, and I'm sitting there, and I'm basically looking at the stars, waiting for gray light. And I'm having these pictures, sitting here in the dark, I'm having these pictures in my head, like, what if a cat sneaks up behind me or whatever. But I just laid down there, closed my eyes, and I waited for first light for it was a couple hours that I waited there. It was 2 or 3 hours, and gray light finally comes. And what do those turkeys do? Same thing they always do. If I'm located here, they fly down there, and that's exactly what they did. The previous evening they had flew down to where approximately I was, which was the whole point of me going to that side. They flew the opposite side where I had been the previous day. And all except one. I heard one fly down, and he went diagonally behind me, and I heard him land over there. And I saw the other ones fly down and go to the opposite ridge, opposite slope. And I hear him calling. So that one tom may have been the one that I got to move during the night. He flies out from behind me and diagonally across my front. And things happened so fast. I raised my shotgun, and he flew in. I pulled the trigger, and he was flying fast on the wing. You have to remember, this is a turkey choke I'm shooting here. Really tight pattern. So he flies from behind me diagonally to the front. I shoot him on the wing, and he's flying to join his buddies. And then all of a sudden, it's like he hit a brick wall in midair, just slam, and then he just drops. It was like watching. It was almost like playing duck hunt. If you ever played that as a kid, if you're my age, you probably have, but that's exactly what it reminded me. It reminded me of duck hunt. And he just dropped. I couldn't believe it. I just sat there, and my jaw was just like, no way. And yeah, that's how I got him. He was the one bird. And after that, I said to myself, no one's ever going to believe this. There's no effing way. No one's ever going to believe I made that shot. And that's when I decided I would start filming my hunts. Started with an action camera, and now I'm using my phone. I'll throw some pictures in here. His fan's up on my wall up over there. And along with some crappy beards. There's that. That's his fan right there. I'm gonna have a spike elk skull up there in a couple more weeks. I don't know. I'm probably not telling the story very good. I'm not a very good storyteller, which is why I do this in video format most of the time. So, that's it. You have a good one.